Right, it's finally here. The Tau Index. So what we're going to do, we're going to get straight into it and have a look. So I'm joined by my lovely community. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Oh,
Oh God, come on, sound excited at least.
Farsight went
Hello.
down in
Good.
Come on. Farsight is weaker now.
That's
Get
more
to the
like
rules,
it.
Nob.
That is more like it.
He went down in wounds. I
Right.
shit you not.
Right, stop. Let's go it page by page. Right, okay, so the greater good, yeah, we know how that works. Cool. Right, sweet. Right, yeah, so that's the greater good. Kion, sustain hits. If your army includes any ethereal units, it cannot include Commander Farsight. Okay. Okay. So, let's have a look. If your army includes any ethereal units, it cannot include Commander Farsight model. If your army includes Commander Farsight model, it cannot include any ethereal units. Let's come back to that. Yes! Stim Injectors is a stratagem, so they've kept that. Stratagems, so fight phase or your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit has been selected. One Tau Empire battlesuit unit from your army was selected with a target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Until the end of the phase, models in that unit have this field no pain 6+ ability. Okay. Strike and fade. It's still there. Can make a normal move.
Flexible
Not just 6
too.
inches.
Not just 6 inches. So one Tau Empire battlesuit unit from your army that can fly, whose attacks have been resolved this phase, so it doesn't have to be done immediately. If this unit is not within engagement range or enemy or of any enemy units, it can make a normal move. If it does, your unit cannot declare a charge this turn. Okay? Coordinate to engage. So it's effectively a change.
Sorry to interrupt, Kyle.
Go on.
There's no limitation on. There's no stated movement for that for strike and fade either.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. It's making a normal move.
That's so good.
Yep. So we'll get onto that in a second. Coordinated to engage. In your shooting phase, one Tau Empire unit from your army that has just been selected as an observer unit for the greater good. Until the end of that phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets their spotted unit, improve the ballistic skill characteristic of the attack by 1. And if your unit has the marker like keyword, that attack has the ignores cover ability. Okay, that's been selected.
So basically, it allows a spotter unit to get the bonus as well against the unit that they're spotting, I think.
Yep, perfect. That is really interesting, especially if we can do it with, well, multiple crisis suit units. That'd be good. Point blank ambush. One Tau Empire unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of that phase, each time a modeling unit makes a range attack that targets an enemy unit within 9 inches, improve the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. You cannot use this stratagem during the first or second battle rounds. Okay. That's going to be real good. Especially with the sustained hits and that you can just literally... It's effectively old coordinate engagement, and then coordinate engagement they've just changed to allow a spotter unit to get the benefits.
Yeah.
Okay. War gear, stratagems, photon grenades, one Tau Empire grenades unit from your army that was selected as one of the targets of the charge. That unit must immediately take a battle shot test until the end of the phase, subtract 2 from charge rolls. That is awesome.
That is massive.
That is huge.
It's really good.
It means they can't on that command point reroll the charge if they get battle shocked.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is sick. Okay, cool.
That's
the battle shot test is good, and one thing to probably bear in mind, I'm going to write that down, is when we're having a look at other stuff, have a look to see if there's any ways of us decreasing their leadership for battle shot tests. Because if that can be modified in any way, plus this, that's sick. Okay, yeah, so we already know about the combat embarkation, but for those of you who have either forgotten or don't know, it's effectively one Tau Empire infantry unit from your army that was selected as one of the targets for the charge, and 1 friendly transport. Your unit can embark within that transport. If it does, your opponent can select new targets for that charge. Every time, you basically have to be wholly within 3 of that transport to be able to get back inside it. So that's really good. Okay. Enhancements. Okay. So, Exemplar of the Kion, excluding a Crude Shaper. Love that. Poor Crude Shaper. Tower Empire model only. While the bearer is leading a unit, that unit's Kion detachment rule takes effect from the 2nd battle round onwards instead of the 3rd. Okay. I wonder how Shadowsun's going to then work. Because if she's a lone operative. What do we think of that one? The Exemplar of the Kion.
I don't think it works.
Well, we'll have a look at Shadowsun's datasheet. But I do like the fact that if you put that on a commander and his joiner unit, you can suddenly have that unit having sustained hits from turn 2. Precision of the Patient Hunter. Add 1 to the hit roll from the 3rd battle onwards. Add 1 to the wound roll as well. Okay, I see where they're going with it. And let's be honest, Precision of the Hunter was broken, having a full reroll hit and wound commander. So I didn't expect it to stay. But add 1 to the hit roll. I presume our commanders are still going to be hitting on 2s. The add 1 to the wound roll is nice. But again, from the 3rd battle round. We'll have to see. Puretide Program chip. Tau Empire model. Once per turn, you can use a stratagem on the bearer's unit, even if you have already used that strat. Oh. Okay. On the bearer's unit, though. Even if you have already used that stratagem on a different unit this phase. Okay, that's cool. That could be 2 Fire and Fades.
Yeah. I mean, it would cost
2 extra AP.
4 CP.
Well, how many CP was that Fire and Fade? 2.
Pretty sure 2.
Yeah, who cares? Let's do it.
Yeah, 4 CP.
Let's do it. Let's build a list around that. Sweet.
70. Yeah.
3 unit devastation. Tau Empire model only. While this model is leading a unit, each time that unit is an observer unit until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in their guided unit have the lethal hits ability while targeting their spotted unit. Okay. Lethal hits is auto wounding on 6s. So, it's cute. Without the rest of the context of the index, we'll have to see which ones of these enhancements are going to be a go-to. Let's get onto the drones. Of course they give drones first. This is what you could have had, and here's these new drones. Okay, so -1 to wound. The Guardian drone is still the same. The gun drone, twin pulse carbine assault, 20-inch range, so less range, but it's got rerolling wounds. Marker drone, we know that it gives the marker-like keyword and can act as an observer unit for another unit even if it advances turn. Missile drone, same thing. We'll get into the guns later. Shield drone, add 1 to the wound. Okay. All right, Shadowsun, awesome. First one. Right, let's have a look. Movement 10, toughness 4, 3+ save, 6 wounds, leadership 6. Okay. This model is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it fell back. Agile combatant. While a friendly Tau Empire unit is within 6 of the model, you can reroll a hit roll of 1. Okay, so it looks like they are keeping that, which is good. An aura. Advanced Guardian drone. Each time a range attack targets the bearer, subtract 1 from the wound roll. Command Link drone. While a friendly Tau Empire unit is within 6 of the bearer, each time you select that unit as a target of a stratagem, roll a d6 and a 5+, you gain 1 CP. Okay, nice. A little bit of a way to regenerate CPs. It's always going to be handy, especially if you take you want to do Fire and Fade twice. Let's have a look at guns. High energy fusion blaster, 18-inch range, 2+, strength 10, -4, d6, and it's got melter 2. Fletchlet discharger, or fletchlet launcher, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1, nothing to write home about. And then the light missile pod is just strength 7, no AP, 2 damage, which would probably mean the normal missile pod is going to be just AP 1. She's got infiltrators, lone operative, stealth. What do we think? Initial glances at Shadow Sun?
She's not offering loads at all.
No.
Yeah, if anyone else is giving out reroll ones to hit.
She's kind of a bit. I feel like she's a bit meh.
Yeah.
I hope she's really cheap though.
Yeah. I think
She's
the,
Mazdon to wound and can only shot in 12, so she's not.
Yeah, I think she's
Yeah.
going to be good for lone operative and just especially
Yeah.
in missions and stuff. So I think anything with lone operative is going to be really useful for us. So bear that in mind. Here we are. He better be goddamn good. I swear to God. All right. Movement 10. Toughness 5. 3+ save, 6 wounds, leadership 6. He's got 2 objective control. Plasma rifle, same thing, 2 shots.
He's a
Strength 8.
vehicle.
Nah.
What?
Nah.
He's
Yeah.
a
He
vehicle.
is.
He
Why
is.
is he a vehicle?
Sorry to jump ahead, but like, what?
What? He's
That
a
makes
vehicle.
no sense.
He's a
Okay,
vehicle.
so fly must be. I know there's lots of stuff about fly, but surely now fly must allow you to go to ignore terrain. If we don't have infantry crisis,
Yeah, he's not infantry anymore.
It's not a type.
No,
He also has,
I mean,
what,
he's
one
a
less
walker.
wound as well.
Okay.
Under vehicles.
He lost range also because
Yeah,
24.
rather than the 30-inch. Once per battle, when this model is selected to fight, it can use this ability. If it does until the end of the phase, each time it makes an attack, you can reroll the hit and you can reroll the wound roll. Okay, so he's got 8 attacks on the sweep and 4 attacks from the strength 10 AP2. AP2 damage 3. Okay. Wave the short blade. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack that targets an enemy unit with a 9, add 1 to the wound roll. Okay, so that's kind of like a mini Montcar.
+1 to wound is good.
It is good. It's not quite the full reroll, but +1 to wound. Wave the short blade is good. I like that. He has a 4+. Okay, I'm really interested to the vehicle and walker. All right. Okay.
Giving him the walker keyword as a vehicle means he can heroic intervention.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he might not be able to heroic.
it also means he can use the mortal wound on charge strat from the core
Yeah.
strategy.
Okay.
He also has one
Well,
less
there's a
wound
bonus.
as well, which
Yeah.
is not awesome.
Yeah.
Let's raise the
It
point.
depends on the points, doesn't it? Yeah.
And he can shoot out of combat because vehicles can shoot out of combat now, can't they?
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
So if he's engaged range, he can shoot anyone.
They
That
can
might
also be shot while in combat. Just as
That is true.
He doesn't give tactical acumen though, right? Well, no, he does to the unit.
He doesn't give reroll 1s to hit though, which is what Shadow Sun's giving, right? It's kind of weird. Although Shadow Sun's giving it to all units within 6, whereas Farsight would only give his buffs to the unit that he is in anyway.
Yeah.
But that
And
does
the
mean that
unit
if you,
is on. Yeah, it's a
Can you
crisis unit.
can you have 2 epic heroes just as a point?
Yes.
So in
Yes.
theory, you could run both and have a massive buff, which is Shadow Sun buffing the reroll 1s, but it's still pretty. Considering like full rerolls to hit and full rerolls to wound with a 9 was the previous buff, it's pretty weak, I guess.
We've got
It's
Crisis Commander, though.
Yep.
Just to swiftly move on,
Super
we've all
weak.
been asking this.
Yeah,
The
I
battle
read it.
suit support system. The
They
base unit
should-
is eligible to shoot in a turn which it fell back, but when doing so, only models equipped with this war gear can make ranged attacks. So battle suit support system. Okay. Crisis Commander.
And it can only be on crisis suits.
Yeah.
Only
Well,
Yeah.
giant
Well-
systems.
Or plus invul by default.
Mm-hmm.
This is nice.
All the commanders, sorry, just to scroll ahead, but all the commanders can only join Crisis again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Airbursting fragmentation. Oh, what?
Last on direct.
Strength 3.
3!
Oh my
Airburst is so
god.
bad.
Oh, but have a look at the BS, boys.
3
Commander
plus.
3 plus BS.
We're finally hitting on
Yeah,
threes.
I was
It's
just looking
happened.
at something for a
No,
minute. I stepped
come
away.
on.
I was
That's
being
the
honest with
commander,
you.
guys. Hang on, not everyone
No.
talks at
I was
once.
getting stressed out just there. Just walked away for a minute.
Sorry, guys, everyone's talking at once. That's the BS on the commander.
No, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Yeah.
Right. Cool.
So,
Commander's a BS3.
So with spars.
5 wounds. 5 wounds only.
It's not going
Our
to
burst
change
cannons
much.
only have
because
4 attacks.
it's not going to change much because they're going to be attached to a unit of battle suits, and that unit of battle suits is always going to be God, what's the word called? I can't remember the rule. It's
Right.
always going to be like supported, so they're going to be hit on 2s anyway because they're part of the unit.
For a second.
Yeah.
So it makes no difference.
Okay, the fact they've got the 4-pin one is quite nice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Fusion
is.
Blaster. 12 inch.
And you can ignore modifiers to hit as well.
Plasma rifle. 24 inch. We lose some distance.
Wow, orange.
Yeah. The fusion and the plasma are.
I'm
Good.
amazed cyclic iron blasters have kept this. Oh no, they've kept the same profile basically.
Yeah, but the hazardous is not
all
the
the
same
guns,
thing than
it's
before.
Hazardous, you'll lose a crisis suit.
Yeah, you lose a crisis or 3 BM on the personage. So basically, a character will lose 3 wounds.
I'm still shocked that burst cannons are now a 4 attacks instead of 6 with 0 AP. Like, why?
That's what they were in 8, I think, weren't they?
Try and look at it. You've also got coordinated engagement. Well, whatever it is, the extra AP one now. And also, cover's not going to be abused.
We get double explosive 6s.
Yeah. So if you think about it in terms of a burst cannon does 4 shots, you can have like double exploding 6s. You can also do the stratagem for an extra AP. Terminators aren't going to be ignoring cover. So even with a burst cannon with AP 1, you suddenly still putting a Terminator on a 3+.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. The only problem is with 8 with CP being possibly harder.
No, I think we're only looking at a little bit of the picture now. So just try to keep an open mind. But I definitely am nervous about the cyclics with the overcharge.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
A lot. And 2 are down. Okay.
Okay, so how many guns can it be armed with? Okay.
On me, it's still 4.
4.
Yeah. We changed the burst by
You take
another
this
one,
bursting frag though.
and we have 3 more. Plus the 5+ involved.
It could take 4 weapons?
Yep. I think it's what I understand of that.
Yeah.
You change the burst cannon.
And it could take 2 drones. Well, war gear drones. That's good.
Hang on a minute. It says and can take duplicates. So if you take 2 shield drones, you're going to get +2 wounds.
Yeah, that's huge.
Which will put you up to 7 wounds. So I think that's where the missing thing is yes, we start with less wounds, but and if you think about it statistically as well, starting with 5 wounds is actually pretty good in comparison for offsetting 2 damage guns. And then obviously with shield drones, you could offset it even more to like 7. So actually, with the fact that we've got an invuln as well, with a 4+ war gear abilities, so.
And we can only have 1 weapon support system or battlesuit support system.
Okay, so it says the model is equipped with a burst cannon and battlesuit fists. Okay, can replace
Battlesuit fists.
Yeah, well, 1 second. So it says burst cannon. This model can equip up to 3 of the following. So basically, your shield generator with an asterisk. Okay, so it has to take a shield generator as one of its war gear options. So it's not free.
Yeah, but we have to check what is the chi generator because he already has a. Oh no.
No, that's the
It is-
war gear abilities that you have to pay for.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have all of them by default. You pay for them in the war gear options. So
Yeah.
if you want to have shield generator, weapon support system, and battlesuit support system, then you can only have 1 gun. Obviously, we're not going to do that, but yeah, that's how that
But you
works.
could have 3 guns. You could have
3 guns and then
a
one
shield
of them
generator.
if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. Or a
Or
weapon
like 3
support
guns
system.
and a weapon support.
But
Yeah.
you
Or
can
whatever
only
you want.
you can only have one air bursting frag though.
Which is really weird because the gun doesn't look very good.
I guess they just don't want you to spam it, despite the fact that everyone else is amazing indirect.
Yeah, it's very
We're not-
indirect
we're not
players
allowed
at the moment.
Okay,
But if you want,
Probably because there's only one in the kit, I guess, but I don't know why they haven't put that on Cyclics.
hang on. Enforcer commander. Oh yeah. Enforcer
Yeah.
commander. While this model
Nice.
is leading a unit, each time a range attack targets that unit worse than the armor penetration of that attack by 1.
because this is by default, he has it.
Yes, by default.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. So
Cool.
touch and cover, we're -2 AP on
Effectively.
everything shooting us.
Yep, that's pretty good. And
The
he's
cold
got
star as well.
6. He's got 6 wounds. We'll wait for the cold star.
Yeah, okay.
6 wounds. Let's not get ahead. So
2+ armor.
2+ armor save. Yep, which I predicted. So he's tough, and he's got less movement. Yeah, same as before. But I like the minus and the AP of the incoming attacks. And obviously with him, you just take. I think most of the loadouts for a commander is going to be a marker drone, shield drone.
Kyle, sorry to interrupt. I'm not sure if it was covered with strike and fade, but did you read that it's make a normal move,
Yes,
not
I
move
did.
6 inches? Yeah.
Yeah, movement 10. So it'd be nice.
So
Or maybe even more.
Maybe even more.
Ooh, all models, if we advance with them and he's in the unit, they all have the assault keyword, meaning he can still shoot.
You're getting too far ahead. Let me go to the cold star. Right, okay, cool. Yeah, all right.
I'm sorry, I thought you were.
No, we're on the enforcer, but it's looking at the same thing as the all the commanders look the exact same when it comes to war gear options, so there's no specific thing that's available to one commander and not the other. Yeah. Move characteristic of 12.
this is nice.
And ranged weapons equipped by that models in the unit have the assault ability. Right, okay, once again, the cold star isn't going to be an auto take because of 2 reasons. That movement 12 plus the assault keyword will let you do potential actions. We're just now going to look for options to allow us to do actions and still shoot, because that's huge. And then movement 12, and then 2 fire and fades with the Kion ability thing. Just
Guys,
hello.
speed.
2 units of crisis suits with the commanders inside, moving. Well, 1 moves 12, 1 moves 10, whatever, and then firing and fading. I can see where this is going. All right. Oh, and look,
Also,
the cold star.
the strike and fade works with the cold star as well, right? Like if the cold star is in a crisis unit, the fire and fade affects him as well. Yeah.
That's why they've increased it.
Yeah.
Now,
So I think you take. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah. Let's also see that the cold star can take cyclics.
I noticed that, and I was like,
Yeah,
wait,
but
what?
Finally.
Yeah, but really, you don't have a reroll. A 1 will give you 3 mortal wound.
Oh yeah.
You do when you've got Shadow Sun hiding in the back that you strike and fade back and forth to.
Yeah. You do with that.
Yeah.
But it's really hazardous on that.
All right, Cadre Fireblade. Crack shot on a critical wound on penetration with -3. That's real cute. Volley fire. Add 1 to the attack characters of ranged weapons equipped by the models in the unit. That's nice because there's no range now. That's good.
It's hopefully breaches are still good, because that would be absolutely bonkers.
Minus
Only
3.
Just, I'm not gonna spoil it, but just you wait for breachers. Breachers are.
All right.
Come on,
Okay.
you go
Am
quick.
I going to be coach up?
All right. Shaper
Um,
commands. Recruit Shaper. All right. Recruit Shaper. Awesome. Weapon skill 2.
Yeah.
Love it. Strength 5. No AP. Damage 1. Let's go. Recruit Rifle. Strength 4. BS 4. Okay. Nice and cute.
Mm.
The Shaper commands. Whilst this model is in the recruit have a Feel No Pain 6+ ability. If this model if models in that unit destroy an enemy unit in the fight phase, it goes to a 4 up Feel No Pain.
It's a model, just a model.
And guess what, guys? They have Scout 7 inches stealth as well. Damn it, they don't have Infiltrator, but maybe there's a way to give them Infiltrate. Okay, so recruit
They have grenades as well, so that whole if they get charged thing still works for them.
Oh, nice. I just love the fact that also, each time this model ends a charge move until the end of the turn, add 3 to the attack's characters of its Shaper's Ritual Blade. So it's going to have 6 strength 5, weapon skill 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
bad.
Our fruit armor looks really tasty now.
Oh, I told you. I've got a 200 crew waiting in a box. Okay.
Just for Crude Carnivore. Yeah, of course.
Ethereal. Okay. Right.
This is a cool sheet.
Failure is not an option. When leading the unit, it has a 5+ Feel No Pain. In your
Nice.
command phase, roll a d6 on a 4+, you gain a CP.
That's really good.
Yep.
Stay free
Yeah,
materials, you know, do found food first hit if you roll 3 4s.
You still can have a hover drone if we pay for it.
Yeah, hover drone, movement 10.
The hover drone is pointless because you can only attach them to breaches or strike teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's his rest of his shit?
Come on, machine.
He's got a page missing.
It's kind of weird. Like he has no like leadership abilities. What?
Let's
mean,
legend,
Let's be
maybe.
honest, he gives a Feel No Pain and CB, and that's what he always gave anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that Feel No Pain is now going on a strike team, bro. You can only go on a unit he leaves. Like, put that ethereal in a devilfish and fucking send it.
So
I mean, what else is he gonna do?
He has a 5+ invulnerable save with 3 wounds.
Whoa.
Yeah, Ethereals are staying in the bin. Thanks. Oh, hello.
Unvar?
He's still here.
Still alive?
Leadership 7, probably because he's a hologram, you know. Once per battle, each time an attack targets this unit, if it does until the end of the phase, models in this unit has a 2+ invulnerable save.
Because fuck it, why not at this point?
Why? I mean, it's a hologram, bro. And each time an attack targets this unit, subtract 1 from the hit and subtract 1 from the wound. Okay. While Tau-friendly Empire units is within 6, each time that unit makes a battle shock or leadership test, add 1 to the test. Okay, so
Nice.
all right.
The
Nice.
Supreme is okay.
Yeah, 4+ invulnerable save. For what? He's a low and
It's
operative.
alone. Okay, it's alone nobody. Yeah.
Low and operative, which is good. Okay, so yeah, he's still going to see play.
Look at Anji.
Oh, stop going ahead, man. Let's have a look at the.
I'm sorry, he's the next data sheet.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he's got abs for days. Let's go. Right. Okay. So we've got 6+ save, yeah, but he's got a 5+ invulnerable save. Okay, that's worrying. But then he's got his devastating wounds. So sort of inspiring leader. While this model is in leading a unit, add 1 to the objective control characteristics. Each time this model is selected to fight, select one of the following abilities to be active while resolving those attacks. Fidelity has a precision. Forceful strike gets a devastating wounds. Whirling stance, sustain hits 2 instead of his sustain hits 1. Alright.
We can put him in. Look at the next one. In Crut
What?
unit. We can put him in
my
Crut
god!
I'm sorry.
Buy
mate.
it! Buy it!
He can go in a Crut Carnivore's unit.
Can he? How?
Because fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
Right, I'm being dumb. Is it just because it's got
It's
infantry?
because he's got leader, and his leader says
He go
leader
in the
breaches
Crut unit. Come on. It's
Excellent. Right. But would they then infiltrate or scout?
He doesn't have the keyword.
But still, cute idea.
I think the unit that can, he might be able to. Isn't
Maybe.
that how it works?
Okay.
Oh,
Darkstrider. He's got the EM Scrambler built in. Enemy units from reserve cannot be set up within 12 of the model. While he's leading a unit, add 1 to the wound roll. He's still got 2 shots, no AP this time, strength 5, damage 2s. He's movement 7, still T3, 4+ save, 3 wounds, leadership 7. Okay. Pathfinder team can be attached to the following Pathfinder team, okay? Oh, yeah, sorry, I was being totally dumb before. It says leader, and then it actually states which units they could be attached to. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
He has Marker 8. Yeah.
I think that's a super strong
that is
infiltrator with the 12-inch, like, deny.
Yep. Long strike. Movement 10, toughness 10, 14 wounds, 3 up save. OC3, leadership 7. Accelerated burst cannon, strength 6, but no AP anymore. 4 attacks. Iron cannon, 60-inch range, strength 7 or 8, AP 1 or AP 2, damage 2 or damage 3, depending on AP overcharge. It has blast. It's got hazardous. Railgun, 72, 1 attack, BS 3, strength 20, -5, D6 + 6. Seeker, strength 14, BS 4, -3, D6 + 1.
Yeah.
What else have we got? Twin smart missile system, 30 inches, strength 5, no AP, damage 1, 30-inch range, 4 attacks. No mention of, it says indirect twin linked, so it's not ignoring cover anymore. +1 to the hit roll. If Armor Hunter, each time this model makes an attack that targets a monster or vehicle, add 1 to the hit roll. Targeting array, each time this model is selected to shoot, you can reroll 1 hit or reroll 1 wound roll when resolving its attacks. In your
we can choose.
Yeah, you can choose, which is nice. And then in your command phase, you can select 1 friendly hammerhead gunship unit within 12 until the start of your next command reach has a lethal hits ability. So 6s to hit or to wound.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. You'll obviously get well you get well happy if you get that 6 to hit and it's Kion.
Yeah.
Okay. And while this model has 1 to 5 wounds each time this model makes an attack, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Okay.
What does his ability Core Deadly Demise D3 mean?
When it blows up, it does.
Oh, it's that.
Yeah, when
Thanks,
it blows
okay.
up on a 6, it does D3 models.
Thank you.
Okay, so 2 Seeker missiles, 2 accelerated burst cannon, 2 twin link smart missile systems. Okay. Strike team.
Sorry.
Go on.
I find it very curious that the Seeker missiles are worse ballistic skill.
Well, I think they're pretty good profile. 4 up, but then you get +1. If you're staying still, then if you're guided, you could be still hit on a 2. I think they're doing it all with.
No.
Is it heavy?
No, he's not heavy. This is what's concerning me. Railgun is heavy, but not Seeker.
Okay.
So basically, he's going to be 3+ maximum.
All right.
No, but he gets +1 to hit from Armor Hunter and +1 BS from being guided, so he would still potentially hit on a 2
Again.
being a tank.
Yeah.
For monster and vehicle. Yeah.
But then that's just him, so it's whether or not the hammerheads are following the same suit or are slightly worse. So we'll get to the hammerhead in a second and we'll check that out. Strike team. Okay, I've just got 2, movement 6, T3, 4+ save, 1 wound, leadership 7. Pulse carbine, shorter range, BS 4, strength 5, no EP. Pulse rifle, rapid fire 1, 30 inches, so 6 inch less range, strength 5, no AP. Okay. Cover fire.
1.
Okay, while this unit is within range of an objective marker you control, each time you select it as a target of the fire overwatch stratagem, you can overwatch on 4s.
Come on.
An unmodified hit rolls on 4. Okay. Oh, that's sick. Okay.
They'll actually be able to hold an objective decently.
Yeah, but
Also, that with a Fireblade, like with the extra AP on 6s and stuff.
and still 10 man unit.
And here's a good thing, right? If you think about when you're putting a Devilfish on an objective and the Devilfish blows up, yes, when you get out, you're going to be battle shocked, but at least then it's not just a waste. You can just Overwatch because you're. Is it controlling an objective?
You have to control it, yeah.
Ah, yeah, you have to control it. So, okay.
Can
No.
you flip control of an objective
control-
when you pop out of the Devilfish?
But you don't control
No,
it with your OC 0.
You're battle shocked, yeah.
Unless another unit control it.
Yeah,
because it doesn't mean
not quite
that
as nice.
this unit has to control it.
Yes, if you control it. So if something else is nearby, like a lone operative character, and you still control it, then they can Overwatch on 4s.
They do also have the mark like keyword and grenades without having to pay points for it, I think, just as a note, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
And can
That's
they take?
not awful.
And cool. I think the mark like keyword, yeah, they do. So the Chasui, it can take these. So basically, if you give the Chasui a shield drone, and it could, can he take duplicates? It cannot take
no, it cannot.
duplicates. It cannot.
That's nice.
But
a
it can. It
Guardian.
can. No, it could take two shield drones, and the Chasui's got 3 wounds. Then, right?
Yeah, you can take on shield. Yeah.
So hear me out. Guardian drone -1 to wound and an ethereal 5 at feel no pain. They're actually like slightly annoying to shift.
They're made of hardened paper instead of paper.
Breaches. All right. This is where my love's at.
Spice.
Strength 6.
I told you it was good.
2 shots. BS.
Oh.
BS3.
BS3.
All right. Okay. Okay. Come on.
Come on.
Give me this in my face.
That's
Only
good
one
to say.
range.
What?
Right.
Only one range. This is nice.
Yeah. Okay, everyone control their excitement from moment. Let's read it. Breach and clear. Each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack that targets an enemy unit within range and objective, making reroll the wound roll. So they just put that as base. Amazing.
That's so good.
Oh my god! Good job. I've got 40 breaches ready to go. Right.
Also, the Cadra Fireblade adds 1 attack to their shots, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It has volley fire.
Yeah.
First blaster.
They get +3 to go to AP3 as well.
AP4.
Yeah. Oh, AP4, sorry. Saves, what are they?
Okay.
Technically, AP5 is
Enjoy wall of bullets.
And say that the Devilfish that they just got out of, they go to BS2 if they're supported.
Oh,
Pew,
God.
pew, pew.
Oh my god.
exploding 6s.
Oh my god. Okay, we're taking a Guardian drone and we're taking a Barker drone in that unit. Sweet. Right, done.
And they'll get like exploding 6s on turn 2 if you give the if you give the
Guys,
Fireblade the
are you ready?
Yeah, we are.
Are you ready for crew? If they basically kill something in the fight phase, they get a 5 up feel no pain. Standard.
Yeah.
And
Is it a unit?
The unit, yeah, and they've got scouts 7 inches in stealth, so they're always -1 to hit. And how many can we take in a unit?
20.
10
20.
to 10
10,
of
20.
20.
And you can use based on grenade strat on them.
Yeah.
They have grenades.
Grenades, what?
I am so looking forward to Breacher and Crew meta.
What I will say and add to the carnival discussion is that they don't have battle line. So does that mean that you can only take 60 of them?
How many?
Yes.
Yeah, you'd be stuck at 3 units,
All right.
which
that's-
is a
that's
max
cool.
of 60. But I mean, like, still.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Crew Tox Riders. Crew Gun. All right. It's the T5s, movement 7, 4 wounds, leadership 7, 2 OC. While one of
2.
these or more friendly Crew Carnivores units are within 6 of this unit, each time I'm on add 1 to the hit roll. Okay, so they become BS3 if
Or
they're
weapons.
within 6 inches of other crew. And then their gun is just strength 7, no AP, 2 damage. Melee weapons, strength 6, AP 1, 2 damage. Mounted crew tox riders. And you can take maximum 3. Okay. Meh. Oh, battle suits. Okay. Oh, sweet. So you just add 6 to their move now rather than advancing. Turbojets.
Oh.
So they're moving 16.
Oh.
So they go 18 with a cold start.
Yeah.
And then they shoot. They can go 30 inches in a turn with strike phase.
Can you the advance is no longer a normal move. Oh, it's still not a normal move, isn't it? Each time the unit advances, so
No, but they can go 12 plus 6 and then 12 normal move again.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying you can't do the plus 6 in your fire and fade.
yeah, you will have to do only 10.
Okay. So
How many weapons?
So it looks like they've transitioned the ignore all hit modifiers into a weapon support system.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
crisis commander buff got split basically into 2 different support systems, didn't it?
Yeah, correct.
So you either have fullback and shoot. If you only want one like war gear, then you either have a 4-up invuln, fullback and shoot, or ignore modifiers. You could have all 3, but obviously you'd only have one gun, which would be pointless.
I think this
But
is
you
really,
can have
I think this is
cyclics.
good. I think this is really good for designing MSU crisis suits with a goal in mind or a particular role to play.
Agree.
So if you want your brawlers, you're going to equip them with an invuln and maybe, fall back and shoot in 2 guns. If they're going in to kill tanks, then you go fusions or whatever you may be. So it's like you're teching around it. We'll just see more when the points get released tomorrow. But you can take any number of models can have their burst cannon replaced with one of the following. Any numbers can be equipped with up to 2 of the drones. Any number of models, and also you can take duplicates. So you could put 2 shield drones on each crisis, which would then mean they'd have 6 wounds. But if I'm honest, yeah, it is kind of gross. But if I'm honest, like I said before, a 5 wound is better than having 6 wounds when it comes to damage 2s and stuff like that, because you offset it, and especially if you do feel the pain as well. So you probably might want to go for points wise a shield drone on each and maybe a couple of markers. So yeah, I mean you don't have to take really kind of one marker light, right? But I think it's going to be interesting. And one thing I'm looking at is it's equipped per model, right? So
Yep.
what happens if that model dies? Do the drones die with that model?
Yeah, I think so because it's war gear.
Yeah, so you would always put the marker drone on your Shasbury team leader.
Yep. Because now we do not have special war gear for him. So it's not. And we cannot go more up than 3 weapons like before. We have a special.
Can
we
be
cannot
equipped
put
with
4.
up to 3.
Yeah.
So you can have 4 still.
No, 3.
Yeah,
Each
3.
model can.
You're 3 in a support system. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and I checked the commander does not have this line, so like now.
I think the Fire and Fade 12 inches gets rid of any frustrations with not having infantry. So I don't think we need to complain about that. We'll just have to see how it pans out from when we get the points. Stealth suits. Movement 8 still, T4, 3+ save, 2 wounds, leadership 7, 1 OC, burst cannon, fusion. Okay, so fusion strength 9, melter 2, -4d6. Forward observers. Oh, each time this unit is an observer unit, until the end of the phase, each time a ranged attack is made by a model in their guided unit, reroll a wound roll of 1.
That's nice.
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
That's very good. It's a nice cheeky damage increase.
Oh.
Homing beacon. you can use the rapid ingress stratagem for 0 CP. Called it, said it would happen, and it's happened. So you get a free rapid ingress within 3 of the units. It just says 3, and not wholly within 3. And remember, you can't string out your drones anymore because they're not part of the unit. So you'd actually have to put a crisis suit model within 3 of the stealth suits. All right, cool. And they've got infiltrators and stealth. Makes sense. Stealth can be equipped with up to 2 of the following: gun drone, mark drone, shield drone. For every 3 models in the unit, 1 model's burst can resist to fusion. For every 3 models in the unit, 1 model can be equipped with a battlesuit support system. Okay. So you give one of them an invuln, one of them one of the other ones. But ooh, here he is. Okay, stealth drones. Twice per battle, after an attack has been allocated to this model, you can change the damage characteristic of that to 0.
So you can choose.
Yeah.
Yep.
But after the attack's allocated, not after it goes through.
And he has Lone Operative.
Lone Operative!
So he actually works.
He actually works now.
Yes!
Right. Nice.
I'm so glad I have
This
one.
is a massive game changer.
Yeah,
We
future
need units to basically be lone operatives to hold primaries and be annoying, and this bad boy is going to definitely serve that purpose.
And his gun's nice.
Yeah, hang on, 12 wounds, which is nice. 2 plus
I wanted
save.
one so bad.
Save.
Wait, is it 2
T8. It's a T8.
T8, 2 up save, 12 wounds, OC3. Oh, yes. And his cyclic is strength 7 or 8, AP 1, AP 2, damage 2, damage 3. When you overcharge, yeah, cool, hazardous, that's fine. Fusion Collider, 18. In fact, the Cyclonic Iron Rake is probably one of the guns so far that I've seen that hasn't had any sort of range reduction. And then the Fusion Collider, strength 12, AP 4, D6. You got the Fusion Blasters, Melter 2, twin linked. So I presume when it says, oh, hang on a minute, it's war gear abilities, battlesuit support system barriers is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it fell back, but it loses the smoke keyword.
The smoke keyword.
It even has.
He has a smoke,
too.
so.
Yeah, smoke keywords minus is a stratagem, right? -1 to hit, isn't it?
She already is.
He has
Wait,
by default.
It's
Maybe
stealth. Does it stealth?
So I guess
Yeah,
it's -2 to hit, but only within 12
Yeah, I guess
inches because of lone operative. So it's unlikely you're ever going to end up. Well, they have to shoot you within 12 inches, but then you can smoke to -2 it. But I guess it's an odd scenario, but yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy is never
Stable
getting
ass.
touched.
I like it. I like it.
He's
boys.
finally become the untargetable Redemptor Dreadnought that he was meant to be.
Yeah.
He's very good.
No, this guy's good. It's good. I'm going to get my 3rd one built.
Yeah,
How about that?
My 3 are ready. They are painted. They are on the table.
Nice,
When was
nice.
the last time the Ghost Guild was good?
It's never been good.
Never.
Actually, that's a lie. It's been good when you could take 2 Storm Surges with it, and it was a formation, and he made the Storm Surges better. That was the last time it was good. It was only a single one. All right, I'm happy Ghost Guilds are good. Firesight team, lone operatives, stealth, infiltrators. All right.
That's a bit weird.
Stealth.
Whilst this model is a guided unit, each time it makes a range attack, its spotted unit, you can reroll the hit roll. Okay. And his long shot, strength 5, AP 1, damage 2, 36-inch range. Cool.
Heavy.
Heavy,
So.
heavy. So it stays still.
And precision.
Precision.
Yeah, it's precision.
And precision. You can take characters.
Okay. These guys again.
But it's damage 2.
Holy shit!
It
It's
can
an
actually kill
actual
something.
sniper.
hang on. So far, we've got quite a few units that are lone operatives.
Yep.
Which is.
It is stealth tower.
It's stealth time.
You want to shoot us? Lol, no.
Yeah, and it's almost like this entire thing is linking into the Kion way of war, right?
Yeah. Looks like.
It's got infantry, character, Markalite, Firesight teams, so it doesn't have the grenades. Oh well.
It has Markalite, so.
Pathfinder.
But it's damage 2, right? So it's hitting on 3s, re-rolling hits. That's strength 5, AP1, damage 2. So it might actually do some damage to character. I mean, not much. But... Oh yeah, with
Be guided.
What is weird? We have only one model. It's only the Farsight marksman.
Yeah, but it says here How many? Okay, so the key thing is it says 3 shots. I imagine that's because it's got 3 drones. It's not 3 shots per drone. Yeah, so this model is equipped with a long.
It says in the
shot pulse
notes,
rifle.
yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the drones don't count. It's just him. All right. Nice.
Okay. So less impact. Yeah.
Does it not state how many drones it needs to have?
Only one.
But
And
only one.
He just presses the fire button 3 times.
He's just like smashing the button.
Boop, boop.
Oh no, sniper drones models. So basically there is a S. So, but we don't know how many.
I'm guessing it. I would think we should presume it's 3 for all.
Yeah.
Like for now, there's no reason to try and think it's 1 or 9. There's no benefit to more.
It's 3 because they're 1 wound each, aren't they? And he's got 1 wound. And it's a 4 wound unit. So
The other thing is, guys, is that
So does
if
he
the
get 3
drones-
shots or 9
Hang
shots?
on. It'd be 3 shots. The other thing is, drones don't count per models, so your line of sight's done from just the character.
That also works for battlesuits as well. You could just have your drones out whatever, because they're not.
Yeah, but you won't be drawing line of sight from your sniper drone models, is what I'm saying.
Okay, obviously.
Yeah.
The drones are just counters, it says in the designer's notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is quite cool though that it can infiltrate with lone operative and stealth, so it's
Yeah.
able to just swing out onto a fire objective, sort of threaten at least some lines of sight while we move things over. It's nice.
We've already seen the Pathfinder team on the reveal. So nothing's changed there. Do you want me to go through it anyway or not? Should we move on to the next?
No.
Piranha.
Mm-hmm.
End of your movement phase, select 1 enemy unit within 12 that unit. That unit must take a battle shock test.
What? What the hell?
Drone
Oh my
harassment
God.
tactics. Just go up to them and be like, hello. And with movement 14, T7.
And it
4
has
plus
Scout
save.
9.
count 9.
It has Scout 9 as well.
Wait, it can just randomly fly around and
And
just battle
force
shock
everyone
things.
to take battle shocks.
It doesn't even need line of sight, right? It
Select
just
one
needs to
enemy
be within
unit.
12.
Select-
What? But if you had 3 units of 1 piranha, you could just battle shock their entire army.
I'm back in a second to get a drink.
Can you battle shock the same unit more than once in a turn, guys?
It doesn't.
Don't
Yeah.
know.
You can make them
you-
roll more
if
than
it-
1, I guess.
So,
Because
like,
it's a
for-
test. Yeah, it's
Like
a test.
let's say it was in it. Like let's say they had a 10-man unit of Termies and we had 3 separate units of piranhas. We could make them roll 3 battle shocks. That's what I'm asking.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Until he, and if he,
Or AP1, by the way.
oh, AP1, oh, not bad.
Actually, not a terrible unit, by the way. If it's also still like 50 points. If it's like 100 points, then maybe not.
Yeah, you can roll.
I hope that's cheap.
But it's gonna, in theory as well, with 14-inch move, and the fact that in theory it could like advance just to get nearer. You could get onto an objective with 2 OC, battle shock the unit off, and you would steal it from them, right? Like that is a legitimate way to contest primary.
Well, but not really, because the battle shock ends up resetting in their command phase.
Oh, of course it does. Yeah,
It doesn't do
I
anything.
forgot that. It would.
Like,
Yeah, no, you're completely right. Yeah.
This is the biggest issue with all these random battle, like outside of, out in your opponent's turn battle shock stuff, like in your turn battle shock for your opponent, because they just reset and they don't do anything. Like if
It
you
denies
can do it-
secondaries. It denies secondaries is what it does. Not
It
primary,
denies
it's just
secondaries,
good
yeah.
for secondaries.
Yeah.
It will not deny, it will give us secondaries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
sorry.
like
Yeah,
if
sorry,
we
getting
have
things
something that
secondaries.
wants to steal something, he can leap forward, battle shock them off it. He himself holds it, and then brilliant. We might have got 4 points from some steal enemy objective kind of thing. Yeah, sure.
I'm all about that shenanigan life, and drone harassment tactics sounds hilarious.
It also it would be a good unit to shut off Overwatch, right? So if you present them with a piranha, when you want to move your stealth suit blob, for instance, like you could try and battle shock that unit so they can't use Overwatch stratagem to then freely move your other units to where you want on the battlefield.
I'm not sure. That sounds smart. I'm just not sure when the Overwatch stratagem kicks in, because I think it's when an enemy unit completes a move.
At the beginning or end, or when they're set up on the
I think it's just
battlefield.
when the unit completes a move.
I think it's when they start a move as well.
Yeah, but the piranha's battle shock denial is at the end of movement,
At the end of movement phase,
not after it moves. So it can't move in, shock them, and then that's what's being said here.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah,
it's
so I
a
get you, man.
it's a cool option, right? Like in theory, it's a cheap way to just cause a little bit of chaos.
Well, I think we out of all the reveals I've seen, we've got very few ways to cause battle shock from what I've seen compared to other armies.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but we're now going to talk about the Vespid.
And we also see that on defensive part, because Battle Shock unit cannot have stratagem. So if we really want to have someone dead, if he's Battle Shock, he's better.
Excuse me, I've just read Vespids.
Vespids, movement 12, T4, 4-up save, 1 wound.
Big guns.
AP 2 main.
AP 2.
AP 2 damage is not bad.
It's not bad at all. And the airborne ability.
What?
Come on.
Disgusting. What?
So just to clarify, Vespids can benefit from all of the Markalite stuff now, right?
No, they don't have the greater good ability.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you have to have greater good to be able to be a Markalite.
Yes. You have to. I think you have to be great. Do you still have to be greater good to be able to benefit from being?
As a fiction.
Yeah, they don't have the keyword under the abilities compared to the other tower units. So I assume that they can't, like previously, they can't benefit.
Oh, they're much worse than I thought they'd be then. I'm disappointed.
The Vespid, though, are good for that. Put it back in Steep Strike. They're great for secondaries.
They're great for scoring.
Actually,
behind enemy lines, deploy teleport homers, the corners, one where you have to be within 9 inches of corners. Like these guys are going to be great for that stuff.
Absolutely agreed.
You could be really greedy and take like 2 units of these and just like throw them forward and take that gambit. And be like, just throw them out.
Crew Hound.
It's a shame the models still suck though.
Crew Hounds, guys. Hunting pack. If they're within 6 of the Crew Carnivore of this unit are within engagement range of one of my units, each time a model in this unit makes an attack, add 1 to the wound roll.
But OC0. OC0.
Oh, come on.
Never see those.
Oh, I cry every time.
So what? Just I'll tell you what though.
Yeah.
They may be OC0, but if you can stop them, if you can just go outside of an objective and stop someone from getting onto an objective, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Screening.
You can still move block.
Like having these things got 21 inches on turn 1 though. That is speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an event. So
like real talk, we're going to need cheap units to screen our deployment zones as well.
Yep.
With like rapid ingress and all this sort of stuff. Like we don't want people behind us.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Broadsides get a 4-up field open against mortals. Advanced armor. Hell yeah. T6, 2+ save, 8 wounds, OC2, leadership 7. Heavy rail rifle, 2 attacks, strength 12, BS4, -4, D6+1.
Vehicle.
High yield.
And it's devastating wounds, and it's heavy.
And devastating wounds.
We could have broadsides hitting on 2s.
Yep.
Hell for the yes.
Ignoring modifiers, like that's pretty big for broadsides. I feel.
I feel that's more suited for broadsides, yeah.
There are vehicles now.
Yep.
So let me see the put on
You can make them 10 wounds.
Yeah, you can make them 10, right, well, 9 wounds just to be annoying.
Still 8. Oh, I love that.
With a 4-up feel the pain against mortals, that's great.
They clap.
They thick.
Is
boys.
there a reason?
Yeah,
I'm just
Put 9 broadsides in front of the
the reason is called advanced armor.
Or no, it's obviously great. It's just like it seems like this ability comes out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing else in the book that's even like this at all.
Well, just put a yeah, we'll have to have a look at the characters because they won't be able to go into broadsides.
Just put 9 of them in front of the Stern Guard vets, and then just watch the player just cry as you tank all those stupid mortal wounds.
I hate Stern Guard so much.
Okay, so high yield missile pods, twin linked. That's nice. Don't overlook that. So even though it's still AP 1, strength 7, damage 2s, the rerolling wounds is good. And if you can make them hit on 2s. Is it heavy?
No.
No, it's not heavy, so hit on 3s.
No.
So it's probably still more worth it to take the rail rifles for now.
I don't know that the high yields could have a niche, but it depends on points. Okay, so it says here, yeah, you can replace the rail with high yield. Any number of models can be equipped with 2 of the following, but cannot take duplicates: Seeker, Plasma, Twin, 1 weapon support system. Okay. So effectively, you'll take 1 support system and your other gun. So ignoring hit modifiers is a good shout. Drones, I think shield drones and a marker drone, marker drone on the Shaspray, or even just a marker drone on the Shaspray, and then shields on the other, because the other 2 are going to die before him. Just to really make that unit really tanky. Absolutely, build into that 8 wound model, making it 10 wounds. I love it. Riptide.
Can they fire and fade?
I haven't got fly, so no.
No. Ah, damn it.
Have to.
That'd have been incredible.
Okay, Riptide.
10-inch. Those 2.
T9, 2+ save, 14 wounds. OC4, leadership 7. That's a bit. Yeah, okay. The OC, it's an average roll. Okay. Riptide, Iron Accelerator. Same thing. It gets AP. Okay, the Iron's slightly different. It's AP 2 if you don't, AP 3 if you do overcharge. The damage is still the same. It's is it not heavy?
No,
No,
it's not.
he's not heavy. He doesn't have any heavy weapon.
Wow, that's weird.
Okay.
It's because he's so strong, boys. His weapon is just so light from carrying us for the whole of 9th edition and 8th edition.
yeah. He's like, come on, guys. Take something else. Give me a break.
Yeah, and also Hazardous is way worse for him now.
Yeah, but it has a 4-up in one as base still, which is good.
Feel no pain.
And it is illegible. It can be illegible to shoot and fall back, which is going to be key. Oh, nice. The Nova Charge. Once per battle in your shooting phase, select 1 ranged weapon. It has devastating wounds.
What is devastating wounds again? Which round is that?
Sexes to wound or mortals.
Mortals for the damage is converted to mortals, right? So it would be damage 3 into 3. Yeah, it's that way around. Thanks.
Yeah, nice. And then
In your every. Oh.
How does that interact with if you exploding 6s?
So no, it doesn't. So it's only on wounds. So your exploding 6s
will go into the wound pool.
Gotcha.
And you roll to wound as normal.
And then the ones that are 6s to. Yeah, sorry, but did all of them then get converted into mortals, or is it only?
No. So they're not auto wounds.
Yeah, fine. So does devastating wounds give you auto wounds and convert damage to mortals?
Well, yeah,
No.
because
Or is
your sustained hits, your sustained hits goes into your wound rolls.
Wound pool.
If you wound pool,
and then if
roll
you 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The heavy
Doesn't
burst.
have any modifier.
Heavy burst is just basically 1 less AP and still strength 6, damage 2, 12 attacks. Riptide supports.
Heavy burst cannons with Cayenne.
Yeah.
Doing devastating wounds.
I wonder
Pretty nice, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you are going to do more iron standard now.
Yep. You're going to get more explosions. I mean, a double exploding 6s on 12 shots is a lot of DACA.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Especially if 6s to wound are 2 mortals. That's pretty.
Yeah, you could probably get 4 to 6 mortals out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to be banking the ability ready for Kion anyway.
Exactly,
so in turn 3, you're going to kind of go ham with a lot of your units, as to be expected. So
and you can, fall back and shoot and still double explode.
Yeah.
Yep. And you.
Yeah, Kion doesn't say if you fall back you can't.
No limits now. It's just we get exploding 6s.
Okay.
So,
so far, before we go into the Hammerhead gunship, there's a couple key things that point out to me in terms of we've got mission play, we've got secondary play, we've got crew options, which is good. And I like the fact that my 2 initial, I suppose, expectations was either it's going to be really, really broken, and therefore we're going to have a bit of fun for a little bit of time, and then it's going to get nerfed, or if they, what I was really hoping for is it's kind of a really balanced one, so that we can kind of go under the radar, with a lot of tactical options for us to really kind of focus on our tactics and gameplay. And I think it is literally hitting the nail on the head here. So I think we're going to have a very balanced approach, and I think it's going to serve us in the long run. But we're yet to have a look at our Hammerhead gunship. So shall we have a quick little look at the Hammerhead? Movement 10, T10, 3 plus save, 14 wounds, leadership 7, OC 3. The guns are the same. Your
Hammer Hunter also the same.
yeah, Armored Hunter. Okay, cool. Targeting array, same. So it's the same as long strike. So that's
You have a
good.
2+. You can hit on 2+.
Nice.
Even if you move, this is important.
Yes, which is really, really, really good.
Bear in mind that now says you can reroll the hit or wound on the Hammerhead gunship.
Yep. So you got your Tau Sept ability built into it. Okay.
Yeah, not bad.
Points, right? That's all it comes down to.
Sky High.
All right.
Come
Skyray.
on.
This is your time, bro. Come on. Show us something good.
Come back. Come back.
You can reroll the hit roll if you're targeting fly, aerial scanners. And it's got the reroll 1 hit or 1 wound roll targeting array. Seeker Missile Rack. It's got 3 attacks. So it's basically got 3 Seeker Missiles attacks each time. If it has how many Seeker Missiles?
No.
It's a rack, so he's going to have 3 attacks
Three
by
attacks.
con.
It's
Yeah.
constant.
Yeah, it's constant.
Yep.
It's not like one shot. So that's
Yeah,
actually really good.
it's like the one on the Knights. It's the same.
Yep.
He does also still have the Markerlight keyword.
Yep. So
Yeah.
a good spotter.
This is really good. I like this.
Depends on the price.
Yeah.
Because if it's the problem on the 9 was the price of the model.
Dare I say it? I think it's actually quite close between this and a Hammerhead.
From a consistency point of view, yes, because you get more shots, and strength 14 is going to be good into most things that are below, 14. The Hammerhead is still there as its specific, right, let's go big boy hunting. But
The ray
Seeker
gun.
Missiles is consistent with the fact that it's just a constant 3 shots each time, with reroll to hit against fly and 1 reroll to hit or wound.
And with Coward.
Yeah, and the damage is still D6 plus 1. So if you roll poorly, but for the red gun, it's D6 plus 6. So you are sure to do 7 wounds.
And also, one thing I like about this is the aerial scanners. With your SMSs, if you're targeting stuff with the fly keyword, you can reroll the hit roll. So the twin smart missile systems isn't too bad then, because it's got twin links, so it'll be rerolling hits and rerolling wounds.
Bad.
So that's not bad actually. To be fair, to put SMSs on them.
It's nice.
Yeah, I think this one's had a big blow up for night.
Yeah.
I really like this.
Okay. Oh god, I'm gonna have to actually, paint my Skyray now, or just paint the turret and put it on top of my Hammerhead.
Exactly what you have to do.
All right, Devilfish time, baby. Movement 12 still, so it's kept its mobility. T9, 3 plus save, 13 wounds, so it's kept that. Leadership 7, 2 objectives secured. Rapid deployment. Units can disembark from this transport after it is advanced.
Like breach of fish 6 times 6. Like.
Oh my god. Okay, and cannot declare charges, but who cares? So,
But they remain stationary.
yeah, and the guys
Oh,
inside.
and it can carry 12.
Right, so like I said, boys, breacher fish. Which
Oh,
works
yeah.
reliably inside each breacher team.
What about
So,
Kroot? Why not just put Kroot Carnivores and their Kroot Shaper into a Devilfish?
It says you can't.
No, you can't do it.
Why can't you do that?
Because
Oh,
it
it
says
cannot.
it
Oh
says it
no. Oh,
Oh
for
well,
a moment.
we'll just have to.
For a
come
moment.
on.
We'll just have to make do with BS2 breachers popping
Yeah,
out.
what a shame.
BS2 breaches with 3
It's 3
shots,
attacks
3 shots each.
AP4 and
AP4.
This is
Double
gonna
exploding
be
sixes on turn 2.
insane.
Gonna have to go buy a bunch of my Countrified abilities.
Honestly, the combo this, the fact that breaches have got such a big blow up and the Delfishes got this rapid deployment means that your crisis suits are just going to be insertion units of like kill this vehicle and get the guys to pop out so my breaches can go and do bad things to them. Like your crisis suits are going to follow the role of support rather than our hammers. Our breaches are going to be going in being like, yo.
We're going to have a hell of a few months, boys.
Yeah. And you can basically, it says you can equip a capacity of 12 Empire infantry models. It cannot have battlesuit crew or Vespid Stingwings. Oh well, can't have it all, I suppose.
Oh no!
Razor Shark. Okay, come on. It's got to be better than the Bomber, right? For once, it's got to be a better dogfighter than the Bomber. Let's have a look.
Nope.
Each time this model makes a ranged attack against fly, add 1 to the hit roll. All right.
And number 1.
It's alright.
And the guns, okay, same hazardous, twin linked, strength 8, AP 2 damage, or strength 7, AP 1 damage, twin linked still. And then Seeker missiles. All right, it's.
Its ability is about units that can't fly, not flying.
Oh, is it can't fly? Oh, yeah, sorry, I obviously read that out. Cannot fly. All right.
So.
Solidly mediocre.
Nah. Razor Shark. I will never buy you. Oh, hello, Sunshot Bomber. Let's see what you do.
In a while.
Each time this model ends a normal move, you can select one enemy unit on roll 6. On each 3+, you take a mortal wound. Okay, fine. Meh.
1.
And its guns are worse than the Razor Shark. Actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Well, you can stay in my display cabinet. The only thing is though, with flyers, can't all flyers go into hover mode now?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, if they have the ability.
They have the hover option, but isn't it?
Yeah.
These ones don't.
These ones don't have hover, so I don't think they
Yeah.
So no.
No. All right, and goodbye, flyers. Tide wall. All right. Okay. I forgot this thing existed. All right.
4 inches.
T8.
4 inches.
Wait a minute. Movement 4. That's cute. T8. 3+ save. 10 wounds. 7/0 AC. Firing deck of 20. Now, hang on a minute, guys. Hang on.
You can put 20.
Maybe put, 2 breaches. Can 2 units go into it or just 1?
2.
It's -1 to hit though.
Yeah, that's actually decent.
Hang on a second. Yeah, so so this unit can still be selected against target of range attack, but each time, subtract 1. Models do not need to take desperate tests to fall back while battle shock, except for those that will move over any models in doing so. You get the benefit of cover. And it's a defense platform as a 15. Okay, all right. If the guys couldn't have been shot, then that'd have been kind of cool. But they can still be shot at, so meh. I mean, you could stack it with an Ethereal and a Guardian Drone, have them -1 to wound, -1 to hit, 5 up, feel no pain, and in this thing,
But is it going to be worth the points?
Exactly right, and it's a 5+ invulnerable save as a fortification.
Maybe. We'll see.
And it can only basically have Terran Empire units, no crew, no Vespid, no battlesuit.
I don't think your embarked unit can be shot at. The fortification is what it's talking about.
Is it? While an enemy unit is within, says that unit can still be selected as target of range attack. While an enemy unit is only within engagement. Oh, engagement range. Okay. So. Alright, yeah, so it's just in combat. So actually having your breacher unit just in this thing, moving around. I know it's only movement 4. But if you set it up correctly, it could be really obnoxious and it could be a way of getting onto an objective and still shooting. Just saying.
But you can be shot at while you're in a fortification, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
No, it's because it's a vehicle. You're inside the vehicle. The vehicle takes the hits.
Oh, so then parking this thing in the back with a strike team might not. But now strikes only have a 30-inch range, so like.
Yeah, so what though? Just like, what I'm saying is that they could be sitting in an objective with an Ethereal in there and going, cool. The only problem is it's a firing deck of 20.
Yes, you can't touch characters.
So you you'd either have to have one unit and an ethereal in there, and because your units are 10. So, did we check over that in the breach?
Yeah, it's a transport, so he can have 11
models.
He can have 11 models infantry.
Yeah.
And if you put the platform, it goes to 22.
Cool.
So then 2 models won't shoot, but 20 can.
Okay. You mean the drone port, yeah?
Yeah.
No. The port, because you have the normal port and you have the drone port.
Yeah, I see. So it's separate. Yeah, I get you now. Yeah. All right. Okay, that could be again a different way of playing if you didn't go for Devilfish, but I'm finding it very hard to get past my excitement over just Breacher Fish. But this could be a good way of holding out the back and just having a unit that's not going to really die, but still hold your objectives. That's cute. The drone port.
I still feel like the Ghost still does a better job.
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. Gun rig.
Yeah.
Supremacy railgun. Strength 28.
It's a nice one. It's a nice one.
It's a nice one. Okay, cool. Stone Surge! Here we are. Okay, right.
Come on, guy.
Okay, movement 8, T11, 2+ save, 20 wounds, leadership 7, OC 6. Cluster rockets. Cluster rockets. 48 inches, 4d6, strength, BS4, strength 5, no AP, 1 damage. Destroyer missiles. 72 inch range, BS4. It's heavy, and the cluster rockets have blast and heavy. Strength 16 for the destroyer missiles, AP4, D6 plus 2. Pulse blast.
It can for the greater good.
Handguard, yep, it can, which is going to be good. Let's go through the guns. Pulse blast cannon, focused. 24.
Oh.
24 minus 6, 12 damage, 2 shots, heavy. Pulse blast cannon dispersed. Strength 6 shots. BS4, strength 10, AP2, 4 damage. Pulse driver cannon, 72 inches, D6 plus 3. BS4, it's heavy and blast, strength 12, AP3, 3 damage. Twin airburst, blast, heavy, indirect, twin linked, strength 3. Burst cannons, yeah, same. Okay. Thunderous footfalls. Weapon skill 5, strength 8, AP 1, 2 damage. Lol, good job I gave one of my storm surges a power fist.
Oh, did we also notice that Riptide Close Combat doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah. I glossed over that because it made me sad. Its deadly demise is D6 plus 2 though, so if it does blow up, stay away from it. Heavy Walker. Oh yeah. Each time this model makes a normal, advanced, or fallback move, it can move over models, excluding titanium and terrain features that are 4 inches or less in height, as if they were not there. Okay. Support system, you can give it ignore hit modifiers.
Titan Killer.
Titan Killer. You can reroll the hit roll. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Invulnerable save. Invulnerable save.
Nice. Finally. Okay.
And it's, I think the key thing here,
real good.
Storm Surge real good, and it's also got the Titanic and the tower. It's got the towering keyword. So all those pieces of terrain with open windows. Hello, meet my bad boys. Let me shoot you. I like it. Depends on points.
It's true.
I like the Pulse Blast Cannon.
Pulse Blast
It
Cannon.
all comes down to
Yeah, the 12 damage flat.
Flat 12 damage.
Yeah.
2 attacks.
No, wait.
God forbid
Yeah, no.
you get a critic. God forbid you get a sustained hit on that bad boy.
Overwatch on anything that walks within 24 inches of it.
Yep.
And so many of these weapons are heavy, so this thing hits on 2s.
Heavy,
Everything
heavy, apart from the sports.
But Flammer.
Oh, no,
Yeah, but the Flammer, you don't care.
Even Smart Missile is heavy.
Everything is heavy, so do not move it. If you hit
on 2s all game.
Yep.
Wow. How many points would you pay for this?
I'd pay 350.
Yep.
Depend of the rest.
Jesus, 350.
Imagine 350 for this. You'd be like 3 in your army.
Why'd you want to give him 350?
350.
350. No, I reckon it'll probably go in the range. I mean, they can't put it at 350 because last time they did it at 330. All you saw was 3 of them going. Well, that's 1,000 points, and here's some commanders and breach a fish. I
Do you
think
it's worth 400?
I'd say it's probably going to be ranging between 400 and 450.
Do you think it's worth 400?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Is it worth 450?
One of them, just to be like, deal with this, or it's definitely going to deal with you.
You deal with this or shooting all game, right? It's...
Yeah.
Like if it goes first, oh good lord.
Mm-hmm.
And like even when it's bracketed at 1 to 5, it still hits on 3s.
But that'll
Oh,
be
no.
turn 7, yeah.
Now,
oh no, I'm hitting on 3s now.
Somebody go and have a look at stim injectors and see if stim injectors can be used on the Storm Surge.
Right. Oh god.
Where were stims at the
It was in a
beginning?
stratagem, yeah. I don't
It's
know.
Is it a battle suit?
Ah, shit.
No.
It's not.
Oh
How
well.
is that not a battle suit?
Oh,
The Storm Surge's support system lets it ignore its bracket anyway.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was all ability.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not even a support system, it's just a built-in ability.
God.
So then what the fuck was the point of having it bracket anyway?
Well, it had the same thing on the Riptide too.
Yeah, it did.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
This is weird.
Yeah. Nice.
Triple Riptide, triple Storm Surge meta.
Also, just remember, if this thing is being supported, not supported, observed by stealth suits, remember that he rerolls once to wound.
Oh my god, yeah, Jesus.
But it's a trick that you can do with supported, where a unit that's a unit that's already been supported acts as an observer for the other unit, then everything's just hitting on 2s. You just chain from that.
We have a new unit. Just have those Storm Surge. And the drone.
Finally, it's not just Codex Crisis suits, though.
Yeah. Tactical
Nice,
drones.
yeah.
We have a unit. They've got deep
Yeah.
strike.
We don't care about this one, but go further, and you will
0
see.
C.
And you will see something else.
Drone,
Good.
fly, tactical drones.
Huh?
They're just gun drones.
Yeah, go down.
Oh.
More crude.
Ah. Oh, hello. Hello. Right. So what? Okay. All right. So we're just talking bounty hunters. At the start of the battle, select one unit from your opponent's army. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack against that, you have lethal hits and precision. Oh, I don't want to buy. I've already got 230 crew. I don't want to have to buy more crew.
Why? They are the same. If you look at the models, they are really the same.
This is a kill team unit, though.
Yeah, I think it's because.
All right.
Are these guys the hench crew?
Well, they're the ones that look like pirate crew, basically. He's got a stump
They're
leg.
awesome. Look at those models, man.
All right, let's have a look. So
I will
you've
say
got
they are
the.
gorgeous models to paint.
Say again, buddy.
Well, I will say they are gorgeous models to paint. I took some to Warhammer Fest in my army. They are beautiful.
Yeah, they do look really good, to be fair. So the Dovgrite Skinner ignores cover torrent, so it looks like it's a flamer. Strength 4 AP 1 damage. Firearm, strength 4 no AP, crew, and then the Londaxi Tribalist. Anti-vehicle 4+, devastating wounds heavy. Strength 7 AP 1 damage. Alright, so the crew, and they're cool, and they're nice models. And you got Petra, ranged weapons, you can have the ignore cover. That's not too bad then.
With precision, is precision ignores lookout sir or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So can you select an enemy unit, which is their character, and then have your entire unit within 24 inches shoot them because you gain precision against that unit?
Yep.
Or
Precision allows you to allocate wounds to a character.
Mm-hmm.
So you shoot that unit, and if you successfully wound, you as the attacker get to choose to allocate where the wounds go.
And you would also have lethal hits.
Yep.
So in theory, they are not a horrendous unit at assassinating characters inside units, right? Because you choose the character and then
A
you'd have to hunt them
specific
down.
character in a specific
Yes,
unit.
yeah. So it's very, very niche, but interesting
And
nonetheless.
yeah, you only have like one shot from the fire start. So you've got like maybe 12 attacks. So you're getting 2 lethal hits.
Yeah.
And then you're probably getting like 3, maybe 4 wounds. So you're probably getting 6 wounds through.
Yeah.
And
with
then
maybe not
AP
AP.
0 on a character.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great though.
I hear you. I hear you.
I think them combined with the Firesight Marksman is definitely a sure way of ensuring a character could die if you banked into that role. You know, 2
We'll see
Firesight
if they're-
Marksman, Croup Firestalkers get first turn and go, hello. Or, you know, just set up. I think it can be done, but it's a big ask to
Yeah,
ask of
so
the
it's
Firestalkers in itself.
It's a bit. Yeah, it's a lot.
And
I
then it
think
also
if it's
depends,
against
like,
something
the
like an
meta they-
Eldar or something, because like the thing about it is characters are cheaper or like lower wound count now. So like some are 4, some are 5. So taking out a character isn't actually as hard as it used to be. So it could be a piece of tech if you're going against certain like Xenos armies where it's T3.
Yeah. I'd rather just take a Storm Surge, though, and just delete everything by end of turn 4, though. Just kill it with bigger guns. So, alright. Let's go back to... I want to go and revisit the...
It's just without the points, everything is so relative. Because, like, you know, obviously the Ghost Keel datasheet looks incredible, but if it's 500 points,
It
then
won't
that
be.
doesn't mean
It
a whole
won't
lot.
be. The Ghost
Well,
Kills
of
won't be.
course not. But, like, you know, it's in principle, it all depends on how much everything's worth.
Yeah. I think the for me, out of all of this, I've had, I suppose, 2. I don't know. I've actually had all my little boxes ticked: my Storm Surge, my Ghost Kill, and the Kroot. And the icing on the top of the cake for me is, oh my god, did they just like forget that breaches were already good? It just made them so much better. So I think that was my biggest win. So rather than everybody kind of like talking at once, I'll just kind of go around like Commander Longshot. What about you? You there, buddy?
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I'm really disappointed that Farsight kind of looks kind of meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna try and like bullshit around that. Yeah, I think the characters got toned down quite severely. The worry about the not devastating wounds, the hazardous on the cyclics. But I think the support roles that they offer those crisis, and the one that we established earlier with the fire and fade, potentially with 2 units, is CP intense. But I do kind of like that you can have effectively 2 fire bases with 2 characters in that are never going to get touched ever.
Yeah, I think overall our named characters got worse, or our named battle suits got worse, and our unnamed and everything else character wise, except for maybe the ethereal, got better.
Gadget Fireblade is definitely going to be sat in with breaches all day long.
Oh, absolutely! Like it was good already. Now it's amazing.
Yeah. What about a positive for you then? Because you mentioned like a negative, but what about a positive for you?
I mean, breachers are obviously freaking incredible. I mean, it's as I think everyone's. I mean, obviously everyone else chime in here, but I think that's where this is going.
Yeah, breaches are insane.
Anybody else have any different takes on the codex so far? What you've seen?
I think there's 2 main kind of playstyles that come to mind. I think we have an absolutely lethal 10-2 kind of like alpha, which with the enhancement that gives a unit from turn 2 onwards, so you get like a stacked unit of crisis with a cold start that yeets forward along with like all your breacher fish turn 2, and you just kind of absolutely annihilate people, I think. But at the same time, we can probably play quite a cagey controlled style with Ghost Keels, Farsight, Shadow Sun, etc., and Stealth Suits.
Yeah, and I think having the I can just see it now in terms of like a list. And obviously, we're going to go into lists over the weekend with the the Massacre series, but I can see it being dividing your army list into whatever percentage you want, whatever fits your playstyle, to be right. The roles of the Ghost Keel, the Lone Operatives, get me primaries, do secondaries, whilst I have this Breacher Fish core and Crisis going in and going bam. Crisis suits go in to support the Breachers and then bugger off 12 inches. I think that's going to be insane. I think the application of Breachers with Crisis suits is going to be way more powerful.
The other thing I was just going to point out is there's been a change to the core rules that means you can move after deep striking, so you can strike and fade after deep striking.
Oh. You don't even need to.
So
You don't even
the
need
limitation on moving is only within that phase that you arrive, and so you can then shoot and then strike and fade 12 inches with a Cold Star Crisis unit after deep strike.
Like, you don't even need to have them on the board then. You could just have them chill in reserve and be like, oh, here they are, turn 3, everything dies now.
Oh, and it's not even that. It's also deep strike them to do mass damage and make sure you position them within 12 inches to go and fly off onto an objective and go, yeah, we're here now. And we got 10
And you
wounds of
say
crisis
CP, you say CP and you strike and fade twice in one turn, potentially with various enhancements.
The same unit does twice.
Oh my god, so crisis, I've hammered you in now, I'm dead, and then whoop, hello, I'm now on 2 objectives, and I've literally deleted an entire flank of yours, and then you're not getting to these, because you put your Breacher Fish forward, you'll put your 2 crisis suits forward and go, and thanks for playing. And if you do manage to squeeze in a list with a Storm Surge, and the Storm Surge is back there going, and you didn't deal with me,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm
am
not
excited.
I like the idea of Breacher Fish with like just 3 Storm Surges chill at the back. No commanders with 3 Fire Blades.
Are you ready to get your ass kicked on Monday, Dan?
Mate, I don't even know what I'm taking. I'll have to figure out a list from what it is.
Yeah.
It's like my collection's kind of a bit limited at the moment. But I'm definitely taking a Ghost Kill. Because that guy is.
I'll tell you what, mate. I'll tell you what. I'll bring you the 200 recruit list, and I'll bring 2 Storm Surges.
I'll definitely need to get a 3rd Double Fish.
Yeah, no worries. Anybody else? Anything that's not already been mentioned?
I just also want to point out, you can Overwatch with Breaches and then jump back into the Devilfish due to the timing of those stratagems.
Can you?
Yeah, so the Overwatch stratagem says when an enemy unit declares a charge move. And I think the other stratagem is the embark stratagem is when you're a target of a charge. So I have a feeling you might be able to, I might be wrong.
Yeah,
but I think you might be able to Overwatch and then jump in the Devilfish.
If they both got the same activation window, you can just stack them in whatever way you want to.
In old rules, that wasn't the case. The person whose turn it is decides which one takes precedent, which obviously wouldn't make sense in this situation.
No, yeah.
Like in old rules, like at the start of the shooting phase, for example, when Chaos Demons could like give themselves -1 to hit, but you could also jump, shoot, jump. You could stack them, so you could fire and fade or whatever it's called, like before the Demon's -1, but only because it was your turn. So I don't know if it was on their turn they would get to choose the ordering, which would make no sense. But
yeah, that's true. I'll have to check the core rules to see if that works.
Yeah, there'll be something there.
Because if you can, that is
also the other thing to point out as well is point blank ambush. When Tau Empire unit from your army that has been selected to shoot this phase, so not in your shooting phase, it's this phase. So you can have your Breachers Overwatch with it improve their AP by 1, and then do the shenanigans we just talked about. So you could spend that CP and just go, right, bam, extra shots from my Cadra Fireblade. I'm in turn 3, sustained hits, and you know.
How long does Guided last for?
Let's have a look.
It's just your turn.
Just a turn, right?
Just your turn.
Point blank ambush is using your shooting phase as well. It's not in any phase.
I was more thinking about for double exploded, because if they still count as being guided,
no,
until
unfortunately,
the whole
so
battle
they just get sustained hits 1 in this in Overwatch, not sustained hits 2.
You only count as guided until the end of the phase.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And
then.
it says here from the third battle round onwards, all weapons, ranged weapons, get sustained hits 1. While the unit is guided, you get sustained hits 2. So for Overwatch purposes and things like that that are out of sequence, then you just get exploding 6s just normally. So again, you know, Breacher, Catch Fire Blade, Overwatching.
Yeah, but one thing is for Fire Overwatch, there is a special line. You can only use this stratagem once per turn on the stratagem itself.
Once per turn or phase? You can do it in different phases.
No, per turn. No, it's per turn. Because when you do it on movement, you cannot do it in charge phase.
One thing we might be able to do, it's just worth thinking about. In theory, we could send a crisis team with that warlord trait thing that allows it to have like essentially the cow unit buff from turn 2. Send it into the middle of the enemy army, shoot the shit out of something, and then in their turn, when they move towards us, we overwatch it still with the exploding 6s, and we sacrifice an entire unit, but to sort of rip a hole through them.
It's the you're on about the Puretide engram chip.
Uh,
It says Tower Empire model only. You can use this stratagem on the bearers unit even if you've already selected to use that stratagem on a different unit this phase.
But the stratagem itself has a restriction on its
Yep.
use.
Other stratagem does not have the restriction. It's more global rules. But this one has a special line. I don't know if we can bypass this line.
Once per turn, you can use a stratagem on the bearer's unit, even if you have already used that stratagem on a different unit this phase.
So you'd still have to use the stratagem, but Overwatch has its own restriction that it can only be used once per turn.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
because
let's be fair. We're only going to be doing the pure telling run chip for Fire and Fading twice, right? Okay.
Depend of the cost, bien sûr.
Is there a way to buff? Could we buff 2 separate breacher teams with the engram chip? As in, is there? I guess the only thing would be the +1.
It's an announcement,
AP, right?
It's an announcement, so maybe only once, like a Warlord tray or something like that. We don't know how to use that, right?
Yeah.
No, I'd be putting the pure telling gun chip on a commander, and then I'd be doing the precision of the patient hunter on another commander and overloading it with cyclics just to reroll the hit rolls.
This is important.
Yeah, it's very important. So you can still do your precision of the hunter and your statistical odds. You'll be fine because if you do 3 cyclics and a support system, maybe it's still 9 shots. You're going to roll 1.5 ones. With rerolls, you're not going to get any ones. You might take 1 every now and again, but if you load it with 2 shield drones or a shield drone and a marker, whichever combination you want, I think it'd be really good on an enforcer still. My only thing that I'm quite sad about, and I will be honest, no combat options apart from Farsight, which is one of my worries. Because I like having at least a couple of commanders with, let's say, an Onaga Gauntlet or the Special Flamer. So, yeah, we do have to rely on...
What about crew tops?
Yeah, what about crew?
Yeah, valid. But
they are made of paper, though.
I'm talking about a commander being able to kind of go, all right, I'm in my unit of crisis suits, and if you want to come close to me, then I'm going to be able to hurt you back. So, yeah, you could say with the Fire and Fade stuff, combat's not really going to be that much of an issue. But I am a little bit sad because I used to like doing tactics with, using small units to go and kill with a commander and use your army to kind of like go and leapfrog them. But hey-ho. We just have to work on more positioning with units and where we're going to position with like deep strikes and then strike and fade and blah 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 blah. So I think there's balance to be had. I think a unit of Vespid, maybe a small unit, is going to be really good for secondaries. Kroot, the scout moves, maybe a single Ghost Keel and a couple of lone operatives. And then loading out 2 crisis teams, whether it's 3-mans or whether it's a bit more. I think if you are going to bank on the strike and fade, as it's now 2 CP, you could just take a unit of 6 crisis suits if you want.
They're
So
only 1 to 5.
Yeah.
I think they're only 5 mans most at the moment.
I think it's 1 Shasper and up 2 to 5 standard crisis.
Was it? Oh no, it was. Yeah, you're right.
So you can tank shock with crisis suits now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
can
they
you,
don't have very much strength. That's the only problem.
and can you heroic intervene?
Yeah.
Nice.
They're like walkers.
Farsight probably does about 4 mortals on the charge with the tank shot strat.
Okay.
They do give away Bring It Down though, right?
But yeah. But it's all right, bro. You got 10 wounds of crisis suit, right? Oh no, 5
Yeah,
wounds of
fair,
crisis suit
fair,
for Phenol
fair.
Pain and blah 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 blah. And also, if you're firing and fading 2 units, then how are they getting to them?
Is there any restriction on how many commanders we can take?
No.
No, I don't think
No.
so.
But in theory, we could have Shadow Sun, Farsight, Cold Star, and
11
Enforcer,
commanders?
or something. Like, what's actually stopping
So you
that?
could have 3 crisis, 3 enforcers,
Yeah.
3 cold
Yeah.
fires. Yeah.
11 commanders.
But they can't all be attached to the same unit, right? They have to each be attached separately.
Hey, you laugh,
right?
you laugh, but from the last
Yeah,
time
Kyle's
I
list is
back.
back.
I have got. I think I counted before. I think I've got. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 just in the cabinets, and then I've got about 4 or 5 in the drawers over there. So, yeah, boy, just loads of characters. But I think multiple characters in small 3-man units. But I think what we're probably, now that we've established we can fire and fade with 2 units, then I think it kind of does incentivize maybe slightly bigger units of crisis suits to really make use out of that. And I can see a list. I can see a list being 3 Breacher Fish, 2 units of big crisis suits, and whatever flavor you want to add in. And Cadra
Are you going to have 4 CP though to fire and fade?
Yeah, so that one turn, and it depends on what we're spending our CPs on at the beginning.
I mean, the additional AP for the Breacher team sounds pretty tasty.
I mean, the one go-to in terms of if we think about, let's go to Shadow Sun, because we're definitely going to take the Puretide and Grunt Chips. That's 1 CP, all right?
You get an extra one from the Ethereal if you want it.
If you want it, on a
Shadow
4
Sun
plus though,
refunds you
right?
on a 5 up.
On a
Yeah,
4
on a 4
up, yeah. Shadow Sun, it
She
just says
refunds you on a 5 up.
on a 5 up, and also the reroll 1s is friendly town
All
empire
units.
units, all units.
I
So
think she's really good.
I think if you take her as a lone operative, and then
Near
you
a Ghost Kill and a Storm Surge, rerolling 1s to them both.
yeah, and also rerolling 1s to the commander, so you can effectively give half of Precision Hunter to your commanders with Cyclic still.
Cyclics don't proc hazardous off hits of 1 though. It's after you've finished shooting you roll
Yeah.
for each weapon.
I completely failed to realise that Riptides and Surges can get like 4 rerolls now from Shadow Sun.
Yeah, I've overlooked the hazardous. What's the hazardous again? It's not the reroll. It's afterwards, isn't it?
After the weapon has shot, so after everything has shot, you then roll. On a 1, the unit either dies, or if it's a vehicle, or a character, you take 3 mortal wounds.
All right.
Is it just 1d6, and on a 1 you take 3 mortals?
16% chance.
Because like I was gonna say, you have a 16% chance to not kill the model because it's 4 wounds. So you can actually tank that, like, kind of fine.
No, if it's a crisis model, it just dies.
Yeah.
No,
aren't they vehicles? They're vehicles, right?
Die instantly. It's 1d6 for each hazardous weapon that is shot as well.
Oh, they're a vehicle though. He said.
Yeah.
So I guess if you had a 5-man unit each, and you have 5 crisis battle suits, realistically you're gonna get hazardous once a turn. So you're going to take 3 wounds a turn from that. But if you have 4 wounds a model, you kind of live the first one, and then obviously the problem is if you get 2, you just lose a model. But like,
I mean, chances are you might have a model on like 1 or 2 wounds anyway, right? So like,
or you put 2 shield drones in to get a guy to 6, so that he can take 2. Maybe actually no, because it wouldn't matter. There's no point doing that.
Yeah, unless you had the feel no pain 6+ stratagem.
Because it counts as immortals, right?
Yeah.
Which means you can feel no pain them.
The stratagem. I just seen when the stratagem. It's when do you declare it? Of your opponent's shooting phase. So no, it's not going to work.
But yeah, and is there any other way to give crisis suits Feel No Pain?
No.
Because the ethereal only does it to the team that units he's in, which is like a strike team or a breach team, right? So I guess you're taking the risk that you're gonna deal 3 mortals to yourself every turn with that unit, which may or may not be worth it. That's the numbers game.
I'd say no. From my initial thought process, I'd say it's always going to be worth it because the tactic that you're going to be doing with these crisis suit units is going to be yeeting them, shooting them, yeeting away. So you're going to not be taking damage from your opponent, but you're going to be only taking damage from yourself. So actually, sod it, go for it. Just go for it anyway, and accept that with clever positioning, you're not going to be taking enemy fire, but you're just going to be wounding yourself. So.
Is it per gun as well, the hazardous?
Yeah, it's per gun.
So you never put 2 or 3 of these things on crisis. You'd probably just take one per crisis. Yeah.
One each.
You probably wouldn't go 3 on like an Enforcer Commander.
No,
either.
you're gonna just kill yourself.
But it's when you roll the die, it doesn't. It's like old transport rules. So you just roll all the hazardous rolls for the unit together, and then you allocate it to whichever model you want.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay,
I like
so
to live
you
dangerously.
Yeah.
I like to live dangerously. Cyclic guy just be like, yes, I'm gonna do it, and just
load up on.
We can reroll with the stratagem because I just checked. This weapon can be rerolled.
Yeah, you can CP reroll the hazardous check.
Yep.
Oh well, there we go then.
So if you have really a bad roll, you can reroll one.
Nah, just don't roll ones. Save
Yeah.
CP, reroll ones.
It's such a good gun though, isn't it? As well, so you want to take it.
Yeah. No, I think yeah, I like it. I think it's nice, and I think it's a steady Eddie release, and it's good in terms of they've thought about balance. They've thought about giving each unit and at least an option to be fielded, and it gives me good faith in the codex, and I think we've got a lot to play around with, and instantly we've got some flavour, and some spice, and that spice is Storm Surge plus Breacher Fish plus Crisis Suits Commanders done. The only addition is that we're now kind of maybe sacrificing the multiple Riptides for more mission play and more Crisis Suit shenanigans yet again. But that was kind of to be expected. But I do like the different commanders to give you units. And also broadsides. I mean, I'm
intrigued. Yeah, not bad. Go skill.
Absolutely go skill. Yeah.
At least one for one objective on the Rabak. That's all.
I like broadsides for units that are good for heavy infantry and vehicles.
Mm.
And it's not just like a tank, like a fucking hell, what's the thing I'm thinking of? Like a hammer, right? I think they're very good.
Broadsides. I'm just going to go back to the broadsides page. Ghost kill. Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost kill, of course.
Plus, we need some units that are going to be able to stand on objectives and hold it. And if they can sustain mortals as well, then that's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, what support systems? Alright, so the broadsides have only got the support systems. They still can't take inbounds on them. Fine.
If there isn't much terrain, broadsides are incredible.
It's whether or not you want to do the fall back and shoot with them, or you want to do the ignoring hit modifiers. I think the ignoring hit modifiers is probably definitely.
Well, because they're vehicles, they can shoot out of combat now anyway at -1, but they'd ignore the hit modifier.
Yeah.
And if they would be standing still, and you could swap for them. So would they actually worsen their ballistic skill any? I don't think so.
No.
Depends on how you want to play them, because the missile pod you can move and without any trouble. But if you play the heavy rifle, sorry, you don't want to move it at all.
No.
Well, heavy's a buff now.
Strike teams, the cover fire. Ooh.
What I was going to say is we are vulnerable to battle shock because it stops you being able to guide units to be able to be guided by for the greater good. And we haven't really got very much battle shock defense at all. I haven't really been paying attention to the leadership values.
Most of it's leadership 7, with characters and crisis suits being.
So there are going to be matchups like demons and stuff who do tons of battle shock and leadership modifiers that are going to make our shooting worse because we're always going to be battle shocked. I think.
Everything in the army is leadership 7, apart from the ethereal, but the character ethereals are still 7. The regular ethereal 6, and then the Farsight and Shadow Sun are 6. And then I think what's he called? Ornvar has a leadership buff thing.
Yeah, and I presume that your leadership you still take the highest leadership in your unit. So if you put Farsight in a unit, the leadership 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think in terms of power level then, compared to the other things we've seen so far?
Good question. I'd say, with no offense to GW rules writing, how can they do one balanced of the hardest codex to balance and then fuck up the other ones so badly, like Death Watch?
Yeah.
Or Death Guard.
They changed it quick though.
So yeah, well yeah they did.
Yeah,
but
I've already
they
changed it,
put
yeah.
they put some little design note, being like, oh, our tech robot's been hard at work, or from player feedback. It's like, shut up! You made a mistake. Don't try and wash over it. I think this.
I love it when they do that.
Yeah, I think, like I said before, I think it's balanced. I think there's a couple of standouts that I'm really excited to present on the battlefield. I think the hard work is going to come from. I wanted a challenge, and I suppose I've got a challenge, and we all have. You didn't want it just to be like the last release of Tau, which was like, hey, have all these special rules, and you ignore 90% of the book and just basically take crisis suits and Montcar. Hello, you indirect someone off the table if you go first, and you indirect someone off the table if you go second. That wasn't fun. It was just point, click, done. This one, you're actually going to have to work at it, and I think with the missions, because the missions are now more complex in a secondary kind of form. It's not just I automatically pick this, and then my third one depends on my opponent. You have to then creatively build a list that can play variable outcomes within the game, such as, oh, I got the secondary card, how am I going to get behind enemy lines, or how am I going to get this, or how am I going to get that? So I like it. We've got elements to put in our list ready for the missions. We've got elements to deliver mass amounts of damaging output, breaches, crisis suits, and we've got backfield play, which is my one worry was that, well, one of my worries was that we weren't going to get as many lone operatives or options just to hold back and be on an objective. And I think the Ghost Keel and a couple of the characters, I think was it? I can't remember if Darkstrider was a lone operative.
It's the stealth team. Sorry, the sniper team.
Sniper team, yeah. So we've got options there just to kind of go, here's a Ghost Keel and a Firesight Marksman. Cool. A Firesight Marksman goes next to broadsides or a Storm Surge and starts observing and stuff like that without being shot. Shadow Sun sits around giving buffs and then becomes an observer. You've got lots of options like that just to kind of really bunker down, but also give your units mass efficiency. So I am overall quite impressed about the internal balance. I am a little bit disappointed, like I said, about the combat, and but I think that could be forgiven with this combo. So we can fire and fade with 2 crisis teams for a relic and a few CP. But that doesn't change. I wouldn't worry about the fact that you have to spend 4 CP in a turn. You'll find a way. It's like, did anybody run the drop zone clear a lot of the time in their Farsight lists?
Yeah, I did. I loved it.
I loved it, and I also in Farsight most of the games I was starting with like 1 CP, So I would just be more regimented with how I'm spending them. And when it comes to turn 3, even one of the lists I had 2 units of 5 crisis suits, I'd always make sure I'd have 4 CP ready for that turn, or at least 3 at a minimum, just to kind of go drop zone clear, full rerolls to hit and win on this unit. And then the other unit has example of the Montcar from Farsight and it's UT'd 18. I made it happen. So in that big turn, that turn 3, or whatever turn you want to do it, you will make sure you'll have that CP ready. And some of the missions, remember, one of the missions, I think you can get CP back on a 4+ if you're controlling your home objective. So there's going to be other ways to gain CP outside of Ethereal or Shadow Sun. But like that's all you need. 1 turn of getting 2 CP in yours, 1 CP in your opponent's, and then you're sorted. So yeah, overall, excited with the balance. I just don't really know which direct. I'm going to have to sweatshop a lot of lists, ideas, but then we're not going to be able to do it properly until the points land tomorrow.
Do you think we get that tomorrow as well for like the list building, like functionality?
Yeah. I mean, we're getting the points tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah, but what I mean, like, there was teased that the new app's going to be released, which means we could actually use that instead of Battlescribe to build it. I mean, like, it's going to be like Spreadsheet Friday, right? It's going to...
Well, yeah, I've got pen and paper. I'm going to be pen and paper old school. You know, when you open up an old codex and you find like a paper list that you once had to do, and you're like, oh, I remember those days. And now it's just like a bit of nostalgia. So yeah, cool. Right, let me just do the ending of the video and then we can carry on talking. Right, guys, that concludes the tower reveal. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you soon.